Welcome again on this Friday, the 17th of October, 2025, to the Virtual Business Owners Network. Today's presentation is by Manus Sheridan from Blue Digital, who will be talking about and demonstrating on AI, how it can help you generate content from copywriting, search engine optimization, social media, brand voice adaptation, and more. But be warned, AI is not for the lazy. Kindly mute yourself and we will have a Q&A after the presentation. Manus, it's over to you.
Brilliant. Thanks a million for such a great introduction, Brian. And of course, at the last moment, I'm going to very slightly on some of the topics that are being covered, but happy to take questions on anything that has been mentioned. So, guys, what I'm hoping to do today is bring everybody through a couple of practical examples. Now, these examples might mean more to me, so I'm going to look at creating blog posts, creating an image or images to populate within those blog posts. Maybe do some competitor research, marketing ideas for Christmas, and some competitor analysis as well. And Vinny, actually, I'm going to pick on you a little bit. I'm sorry I didn't give you prior warning, but come up with a promotional idea for a business that's in the Irish pub food sector, and see how all this goes. So, guys, Amit has very kindly at the last minute agreed to share any links in the chat. So I'm going to ask you all to work along with me. Yeah, you can. I can share some prompts in the chat. Amit's going to share the ChatGPT link, but I'm sure most people are probably aware of it. And I want you guys to work along with me. If you get any questions in real time, throw them out there. Let's get everybody going and producing stuff that is relevant to your business. So without further ado, I'm going to ask you all to open up ChatGPT, and we're going to have a look at creating a blog post. Now again, this is just an example of the powers of AI, if you will, and what it can be available for. I was trying to pick a few sort of ideas that might be of use to people. But please remember, these things can be, I say a blog post, it can be any bit of written content that you might need to produce for your business or your personal life that it can help you with. So the first prompt that I'm going to put in here that I'm going to put into the chat is in relation to blog post. So if, for example, you were looking to create a 600-word blog post, you may put in something like something like that in there. So write a 600-word prompt, excuse me, not something, a prompt like that. Write a 600-word blog post for my digital marketing website about the benefits of using Google Ads for small businesses. Use a clear tone and finish with a call to action. So if actually, I might just share the screen as well.
Thanks, man.
Are you pasting that in, Manus, to the chat?
Into the chat, I am. Yep, there we go. That should be it in the chat. And if I share screen one, hopefully you guys can see that there as well. So that's a chat gone in. Sorry, that's a prompt gone into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is working away. So you'll see it's thrown out the benefits of Google Ads. Now, as I said, these can be, for Alec could use this, excuse me, for the business experts, as could Amit for Zava, or Kellyanne for life planning. There's it's a small tweak, I suppose, to get it working. I have too many screens open here now. Excuse me. But you'll see that instantly your blog post has been created. Now, I would strongly recommend that you don't just cut and paste that into your website or into your social media. You should always give it the once over. Make sure that it's information that you agree with. But there are copy buttons within. So down here at the bottom, you'll see there's a copy button. You can copy the entire text, paste it into a Word document, paste it into a Google Doc, whatever is your tool of choice, and you can amend it. You could disagree with it, you could rewrite it, or alternatively, you could put further prompts in to refine what has been discussed. So, for example, maybe you feel that the blog itself isn't conversational enough. So let's stick in that prompt. Make it sound more conversational. And I've lost my chat. That's fantastic. There we go. Just again, in case anybody wants that, make it sound more conversational, and it will rewrite the blog totally. And not just conversational, you could put in anything there either to match your own brand tone or your own tone of voice if it was being done more from a personal perspective. But you can see there's quite an extensive blog post there. Something else that you could do if you so decided would be to request ChatGPT to split this blog post up into a week's worth of social media posts. You could also ask it to generate call to action links and the images at the same time, and maybe present the entire piece as a table, which will save massive amounts of work for people. Yes,
Jamie,
so.
are you working on that for me?
Can we mute Graham? No.
Good man. Don't
Yeah,
be looking at the
I'll
internet
mute
now.
Okay, hang on. Yeah.
Okay, I need to do this.
Okay,
Jenny, I don't know where your mother is, but tell her to read the
Jesus,
email
what's
from
going
the
on? I can't get back in here.
If you hit the three
Greg,
dots on Graham's screen, you should be able to mute.
Yeah, I'm trying to. He's become the main screen here now for me. I don't know what's happening. Okay.
Okay, cool. So is everybody comfortable enough with what I'm chatting about for the blog post, or are there any questions at all on that front?
Yeah,
no, great. And guys,
one question, Manus. After all of this is said and done, and you mentioned that this could all be directed for a weekly social media post, can this be automated? Can that go directly? Can you tell it to put this into my Facebook account or put this onto my Instagram account? Or
absolutely, but not in the current format, Vinny. So you have to have a paid license. But also there's other tools like make.com or Zapier and things like which would work alongside ChatGPT, that you can set up workflows that would really just enable you to do that better.
But you can get agentic AI browsers as well that can do it for you. But again, you need the premium subscription for that. So Perplexity have just launched Comet, and it can log into your Gmail and start responses. It can connect with your LinkedIn and scan it, so give you a summary of the post that you should be responding to and stuff.
Okay, well.
May I ask, Manus, are you going to show us about the image? Add an image into this?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So, well, sorry. So, is anyone else? Are everyone happy to move on to the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Okay, well then, which is images, Alec. So now we're going to create a few images for that blog post. So I'll pop that prompt into the chat there, guys. And what's important to remember here as well is that you'll see that I have this chat screen open within ChatGPT. This is like an internet browser, and it remembers everything that's within this. It's learning all the time, if you will. So because the images I'm looking to generate are going to relate to this blog post, I'm going to continue on in this chat. Yeah, I'm not going to create a new chat, so that the ChatGPT knows that the prompt that I'm putting in here to create the images is for this particular blog. So I've cut and pasted that in. Amit, if you wouldn't mind sharing the AI Studio link and maybe the Grok Imagine link as well, please. That's kicked off there. Would you like me to generate these three images? So yes, I thought I would just do that. So Now, there, ChatGPT is kicked off now and is doing the blog post images. What I want to show you is that ChatGPT is actually quite slow. Although it should do some nice stuff, it is quite slow. So as that's loading up there, I'm going to open up AI Studio, and I'm going to pretty much put in the same prompt from ChatGPT, and let's see what there's a there's a tool within Google AI Studio called Nano Banana, which is really good, and especially when it comes to images. So as you can see, I've just cut and paste that. What ChatGPT asked me, would you like me to generate these 3 images? And I'm just going to amend it slightly to say generate 3 images, feature social infographic, using my brand colors and style. Okay, and run that one. So
is this happening in 2 separate things? You're generating images in 2 ways, one on chat and one through the studio. Is that it?
Yep, absolutely. So you'll see ChatGPT, or sorry, Google AI Studio has already thrown out a couple of images there. If I go back to ChatGPT, we'll see it's still working. Okay, so there's one on ChatGPT and it's working on a second. AI Studio has thrown out a couple, and if we try Grok Imagine with the same prompt,
and are these images copyright?
No,
okay to use.
These are okay to use. Now that said, any intellectual property that you put into the generation of these pictures, there's little to no privacy involved with that as well. So do be careful if it's something, if it's IP that is sensitive that you don't want it out there in the ether. I'm not sure I'd be keying it into any AI engine. But again, guys, now sorry, you'll see right from a quality perspective. What Grok has produced here it isn't wonderful, you know, like there's misspellings, all that sort of stuff. But what I do find Grok to be good at is pictures of individuals or group settings. AI Studio is also good in that regard as well. So it's produced the same picture 3 times and just added pieces to it. And ChatGPT has come up with, actually, okay, so it's taken a bit of time, but it's a lot more presentable from a business perspective. So and it's still generating a 3rd one. But what I would like to show you in relation to AI Studio and Nano Banana, which is pretty good, is you can add products in here as well. And Fidelma, I'll come to your question in just 1 second. I just want to finish this point. So if, for example, I'm just going to take a well-known brand of Coca-Cola. If we just rob an image of a can of Coke, or Diet Coke, okay, and if we save that image, and we can attach the image or upload the image to AI Studio, as simple as that, and we put in the prompt. Please, I'm always polite to AI because I respect our new Chinese overlords. Please add this product to
When they take over, they'll save you.
That's what I'm hoping, Brian. That's what I'm hoping.
So I'm correct in assuming now we're starting to step into the territory of copyright on imagery and things like that.
Yeah, well, it's not a clear product, I presume, so they can't sue me for use of trademark, or possibly they can. But really, all I'm trying to show you is that if you are selling a product, or you have a visual image of a service that you want to use, that, like, look, in seconds, Nano Banana has included the can of Coke that's in there. Okay, maybe you don't like it in the bottom right hand corner and you want it in the top left hand corner. Whatever, you want to change the color of the can, whatever it is, just put it in as a prompt. It will change that. It's a really beneficial tool to use. And where personally where I find this to be great is for well, I use it for producing content for people for their websites, and I hope that David Murphy isn't going to absolutely kill me now, but if I need a picture in a hurry, that the client isn't too worried maybe about the quality of it, and they want to save the money on a day's shoot, and the everything that goes along with that, and they just need this picture. Well, bam, there it is in seconds. So like that.
Fidelma
That's
has a question for you there.
Oh yes, sorry, Fidelma.
Manus, I got a little bit lost when you had the blog post on ChatGPT, and then you went into the Google. Yeah, did you have to copy in the blog post into Google to get relevant?
No, and actually, that's the funny thing. No, I didn't. I did. I have taken massive shortcuts here, Fidelma. So just to show again, in ChatGPT, it had the entire. Oh, did I miss something?
The gremlin.
Yeah, Alec, your voice has gone really illegible.
I'll welcome back in. I just see just waiting for some reason. I'll welcome back in again.
That's an overlord.
Alec has been taken over by AI.
He's a T1000.
And so it starts.
The Chinese don't like you, Alec. The Chinese.
You should have said please and thank you in his prompt.
Yeah.
Exactly. But for them, you'll see the blog post is further back in this chat on ChatGPT. But ChatGPT actually asked me a qualifying question. So it said, "Would you like me to generate these 3 images?" And I just said yes, and it did it. But I took that question, just that question, and turned that into a prompt for AI Studio. So I think if we go back to generate the 3 images. So I'm just doing this for the sake of speed for the presentation. But if you put some time into that, like the more effort you put into the prompt, generally the better response you'll get. And a tip that I always do is, as well as saying please and thank you, well, not thank you, more please, is to ask it to ask you questions if there's anything that it doesn't understand. So if it has any clarifying points, ask the AI engine to ask you those questions, and you can go back and respond to those. And again, it helps you refine your prompt and helps you refine your the outputs that you receive from the engine.
Manus, are you using the free version of this Google AI Studio or a paid version?
The free version of AI Studio.
And
I'm using the paid version of ChatGPT. That's
Okay.
the only thing I'm paying for is ChatGPT. Everything else is on free versions for me.
Perfect.
And I know you're probably going to kill me. I don't know if there are paid versions of AI Studio. I assume I could probably hit some licensing things, but I haven't hit anything yet. There's probably some quantities as to what I can produce, but I haven't hit those yet.
There's a question there from Denise for you, Manus.
Oh, sorry, Denise. Hiya.
Hello, hi. I just wanted to say a few things. I was at an event yesterday and we did a lot on AI, and they were saying you could do an AI literacy course because it's really taken over now in a lot of businesses and employees, and that need to have this course done for compliance. This is that we're not breaking any rules. You're not going to get sued by anybody. So you can do a course on that. And also they were saying you can make your AI emotionally intelligent. You can train it by use. But just that I put that in there while we were.
Well, most of us men, Denise, I've been told for most of our lives that we're completely void of emotional intelligence. So maybe we might be able to learn something from ChatGPT.
And like you were doing there with the voice and everything. I mean, you could make it sound like yourself and what stuff you'd say. But that's by using it, like you said, it has a memory.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you can upload your own picture of yourself and everything if you wanted it to create a blog with, a post with an image with your picture in it and whatever you want.
I don't want to break the internet. If I put a picture of myself in and ask it to improve on perfection, we're talking brownouts in major cities across Europe, I think.
Yeah. Okay. 2 things. Firstly, Manus is,
Imagination
Vincent
has there, Manus.
Vincent has a question there for you. And by the way, just the dialect type voice that I had is courtesy of my earpods. I just realized that. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, Vincent.
Excellent.
My question, Manus, Google AI Studio. I have the paid version of Google for a couple of accounts. Is this like just a free add-on for the paid version, or does anyone have it?
No, anyone has access to it at the moment. A lot of the AI tools at the moment, Vinny, are trying to create awareness and trying to increase usage figures.
Okay.
So most things at the moment have either generous freemium versions and are available to all. But I suspect that they all will move into paid models quite quickly, or that their versions will reduce the amount of free use that you have, and push you towards paid use quite quickly.
I have this then basically on my Gmail. I have
Yeah.
I have the studio. I have the paid.
Yeah, I have Google as well. Anthony has a question for you, Manus.
Yeah, Anthony, hiya.
Manus, I was just wondering there as well, of all these LLMs, which ones have you found, or have you used any of them to create slide decks in PowerPoint? And
Yeah.
if so, which one is kind of the most easy to use or the best?
I find ChatGPT the best one to use, and I'd say because I'm more comfortable producing slide decks using PowerPoint, and obviously the OpenAI to Microsoft link is good there. But a friend of mine whose business would be predominantly giving presentations at sort of board level to corporates, he swears by a tool called Gamma.ai. So you could check that out. I only had a quick look at it last night, but I don't think they have much of a free version, or I think they allow you to do one presentation for free, which I didn't really like. I think that's quite limiting, and then you're into paying 15 or 20 bucks a month for a license quite quickly.
And isn't Copilot, isn't that part of PowerPoint? Isn't that is that an AI tool?
Yeah, it's part of Microsoft Office, and yeah, you'll have to forgive me, Alec. I haven't really used Copilot. I'm more a ChatGPT kid, if I'm on. So ChatGPT, Claude, and Perplexity, I would use on a daily basis. And then I'm getting more into Make.com for building workflows. But that's getting sort of way more technical. And my goal for today is sort of people's awareness that there's little things that you can do that you can use ChatGPT for that just remove the large time elements from day-to-day tasks. And one of those for me is staring at a blank page. It's not where do I start? Getting pen to paper. Sorry, I see Denise has a question there as well.
Oh yeah, sorry, I just wanted to add in a few more there. There was Gemini as well, and Cloud and all that, the other AIs that you can use. But some of it does depend on what industry you're in and what you want it for. If you want it for creating images, or it depends on the work you need it to do, doesn't it really?
Yeah, and I would just like I have no preference, or sorry, my own preference is largely seems to be ChatGPT, but that's just because it works for me and I've tried it out. Like I said, I don't use ChatGPT for images anymore. There's new video software called, or video AI apps now called Sora 2, Sora 2, which is sort of a mobile first app. But it's supposed to be really, really good from the videos that I've watched of it and what it's produced. But what I don't like about it is that once you use your image, anybody else, your own personal image, anybody else can also use your image. So it does give the possibility for exponential sort of social media growth of your image, your brand image, your videos. But also it opens it up to sort of more evil actors that might be out there that want to make fun of you or want to downgrade your brand. But that's Meta Vibes is another one on the video side, but it would carry much the same risks. But just two to mention. Guys, I'm going to, Fidel, I'll come to your question in just 1 second. It's just we're kind of only on about 0.3 of what I was hoping to get through. So that's the image for the blogs. Oh no, actually, sorry, Fidel, I'll take your question first before I move off.
I used ChatGPT this week to help me, but I created a project. I've started to create projects so that it's retaining the information privately on the
Right.
left-hand side, rather than just opening a line on ChatGPT. If you create a project on the left-hand side, you can go back in and keep adding to that project, and they keep the project separately. So I now have a masterclass project, and I
Very
had all
good.
my
I didn't know that it kept project chats separately from a security, or not security, but from a privacy point of view.
It is. It doesn't make it public. Obviously, it's still going into the model, but it's not making it public. That's what my understanding of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good stuff. Thanks for that point. Guys, I'll kick on. Oh,
sorry, Manus, great insights there. Does anybody have any more questions? Please raise your hand and then we'll go through them.
Yeah. Okay, Manus, continue on there.
Yeah. Okay. So, guys, the next one that I thought people might find interesting is competitor research. So I have again another prompt that relates to me. To my industry. So Wolfgang Digital would pretty much be the biggest digital marketing agency in the country. Leap and Mojo are when I just Googled digital marketing agencies near me, they were two that popped up, so I took them. So that's just to explain where I came up with the companies. But what I'm looking for here is, a bit of information regarding these competitors. So if I open up a new chat, paste that into it, I'm still sharing my screen, am I? Yeah. Okay, cool. So ChatGPT is working away. This will probably think for a while. Oh, not that long. So it started to list what Wolfgang are doing. I'm sure it'll do it for the other competitors as well. This can be, again, you can just see the speed at which this information is coming there. So, we all have competitors. We should all be doing a bit of competitive research every now and again. Trying to keep ahead of the curve, or at least keep up with competitors, and making sure that if somebody has a new offering that you might want to get that too, or perhaps what can be a view of this is if you actually ask it to do competitive research on you, then you can see the information that it's only getting this information from the internet. So where you might find it good is if you ask it to do competitive research on yourself, it will scrape your site and see what's there. If it doesn't come back, for example, if you're an accountant and it says you want to do bookkeeping services of VAT returns, for example, if it's not coming back with a bullet point saying service offered VAT returns, well, then you've got to address the content on your website, and you should be giving Amit a call to sort that shit out pretty quickly. Excuse my French. But again, there's some high-level information in relation to these competitors for me. You can see that the format by which it's the same for all, which makes it easy to kind of distinguish between them. Lovely. It's come up with comparisons and observations. So there's some pretty key information here. Let's say we want to follow up on something like that. That I'll put another prompt into the. Oh, actually, it's just occurred to me I didn't put that prompt into the chat. Sorry, I'll do that now.
I put it in there, Manus. It's okay.
Oh, did you? Good man. Okay, perfect.
Can I just say I concur with this competitive analysis, basically, because in my industry, Irish pub grub, I've noticed that every pub in the world is copying and following each other regarding marketing.
Brilliant. Yeah, no, that is important, Vinny. And sorry, what I've just gone on to show there is that last piece of the prompt that I'm putting in some clarifications there. So I wanted to show how one of my main services, pay-per-click advertising, compares to these competitors. And again, you'll see very quickly like that it's saying, yeah, Wolfgang and Leap are doing really well, and Blue Digital's doing shit. But it's pulling out the strengths and claims there. which is great information for me to get. But again, I can come up with a plan. I can ask ChatGPT to come up with a plan as to how I can improve my online position, maybe how I should revise my service offering, etc. And I'm not saying that what it's going to produce is going to be golden, but it's certainly a starting point, and it'll have the thought wheels turning in the right direction. So guys, I'm going to move on a bit to a marketing idea for Christmas. Okay, so the prompt here I put together is just create a fun. Sorry, I put it into the chat here again. Create a fun Christmas marketing campaign idea for my PPC service. It should appeal to small business owners and encourage them to start a new year strong. Okay, so I'll do this in a new chat again and see what it's going to come up with. Now, please remember, these are all just really quick things that I'm throwing out there to kind of hopefully prompt you guys to think about how this might be applicable to your own business, and how it might be of benefit to use for your own business. So it's come up with, give your business the gift of growth. Absolutely hate that, because New Year's sales don't wait for Santa. Now, I like that tagline. But anyway, sorry, I'm not going to get into it in too much with the festive offer and so on. All the information is there. More importantly, this is cut and paste stuff now, if you were that way inclined. You can just cut and paste it into whatever ad platform you're using, or into your social media, whatever the case may be. It's providing everything. You could also ask it, you can say stuff like, hey, I want you to put the output in a table format, give me social media posts that have a call to action and a link to a specific page of my website, and an image or a video, whatever you want, and that will give you a full table that you can download and use that quite quickly. And again, that's where big time savers come in. And I think my last, is that my last one? Yeah,
Still about
is
2 minutes left, Manus. So if you got one more thing to show us, then we'll go to our last Q&A.
Lovely. Okay, thanks, Brian. Perfect. So, guys, this is where I robbed Vinny's business. So I've written a prompt. I run a distribution business for Irish pub food, Irish bars based in mainland Europe. Give me 5 creative promotion ideas for winter that help increase orders. Okay, so again, a new chat into ChatGPT, and paste that fella in there. Boom, throwing out stuff straight away. And love the first one. Winter warmers. Like, come on, Vinny. 12 days of Christmas pints and plates. Like, really good stuff again for social and ads. And I'm not saying you have to follow everything here religiously, but it's just that, for me, coming up with all the conceptual stuff and staring at a blank page, trying to think of ideas can be the longest thing. It can be the biggest delay. If you're looking at something that is, you have a tiny little iota, or even just put in a question and it starts to throw out ideas, then, and you can go back now with a prompt and say, taste of home weekend. What do you mean? Tell me more about taste of home weekend, and it will flesh out further examples. Or you can say, well, I don't like this. Replace that element with something that goes down a different route. And it's just, if you get talking to it, it's like having an extra person on your team. Really is how I feel about that. Is everyone okay, question wise?
Yeah, let's see. That's some great insights there, Manus, and it's really interesting. It shows you that everything is free. It's there. It's for you to use. Some of the pictures you had there, like the Google AdWords one, where it says before Google, after Google. I've actually seen stuff like that, literally the same on LinkedIn. So if someone's using that stuff already, it's all there. Any questions there, if anybody has? And if you have noise in the background, please, can I ask you to mute your microphone? Yeah, those ones there. I've actually seen those on LinkedIn. So that